focus of my research is trying to understand how cells age. What are the mechanisms that are regulating cellular aging, and how could we find ways of protecting cells from aging and aging-related diseases such as cancer, memory loss and cognitive impairment, Alzheimer's dementia, type 2 diabetes, and atherosclerotic changes on arteries. We approach that in a very original fashion, which is we study Down syndrome, which is a condition of accelerated aging. When we analyze their cells, even already at fetal stage and in childhood, we can already see astonishing accelerated aging in those cells. A lot of their cells develop damage, but for some reason they're able to cope with that. What we are now routinely able to do is to turn, to generate patients' own brain cells in a culture dish, starting from skin cells, hair cells, or blood cells that I can easily donate to the research. We have established a system where we have the only genetic difference between the cell lines being trisomy 21 and they're otherwise genotypically identical. We found that when they generate hematopoietic progenitors of blood cells, they tend to hyper-generate them, whereas there is the opposite effect when they're trying to generate neural progenitor cells. So that's one of the findings. The other finding we found was that the trisomic cells, compared to the disomic, produced a lot more of the amyloid protein. We also found an interesting finding is that the brain cells developed from these induced pluripotent stem cells in culture showed a lot more DNA damage and accelerated neuronal aging. Our long-term goal would be to form an interdisciplinary consortium which would bring together clinicians from various institutions in Singapore, which would bring together geneticists, cell biologists such as myself, biochemists, and we would bring together also the associations that care and educate people with Down syndrome. So it would be, we feel that Singapore is also positioned perfectly to be the leader in the region. I chose to come to Lee Kong Chan School of Medicine because I found it a wonderful opportunity to join such highly ranked, internationally highly ranked universities such as NTU, and actually starting in a school that is starting from scratch as a new medical school gives much bigger opportunities and chance to perhaps make a difference.